800-890-5957. 800-890-5957. That's 800-890-5957.
And welcome in, folks, to the local community hour here on WRMN. This 9 o'clock hour is your continuation of the morning. Thank you so much to David Tees for coming in. Of course, he's going to be doing this whole week here for the morning show, which is lots of fun. He always brings in some great food. So I'm going to maybe have to start coming in a little extra early, wink, wink, so I can get some food and then review it on out to lunch. That sounds pretty good. Got my coffee in hand, ready to go for the morning. Hopefully you do too. Hey, you know what? It is a Monday. It's a marvelous Monday. We're seeing the temperatures chilly. Yes. Now, last week we had some nicer temperatures. This week it's going to be cold. We've been seeing it cold over the weekend. Yada, yada, yada. We see it. It's here. We live in Illinois. It's common. However, it is going to go back up in temperatures eventually, even closer into the 60s as we get into the middle part of March. So that should be pretty nice. But today's only going to be a high of 28 degrees that we're seeing. And we're going to be seeing it dropping down to 17 as our low. It does feel like 5 degrees outside. It's super cold. I had to wear my heavier jacket. Last week, I was starting to get out my short sleeve shirts, and then I had to put them back because, gosh darn it, it's cold again, which I should have known and expected if I looked at the weather ahead of time, which I did, and I forgot. So I had to put those clothes back, but it wasn't too much, so it was fine. So morning clouds are giving way to some afternoon sunshine for today, so your sky is going to be blue today eventually. Mostly cloudy skies eventually getting into the later part of the day, and then partly cloudy after midnight. It drops down to 17 as our low. That'll be coming up. And then for Tuesday, the 24th, we see a high of 39. It's going to be cloudy and becomes more windy. It drops down to 22 as our low. We see mostly cloudy skies, then clearing later on. Wind speeds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. For Wednesday, the 25th, we see a high of 32, sunny along with a few afternoon clouds. A few flurries or snow showers could be possible also. We're already seeing flurries today. Yesterday, we had a little bit of some flurries. It drops down to 17 again, coming up for later for Wednesday night. So like tonight, cloudy with a few flurries or snow showers could be possible. And then for Thursday, the 26th, we see a high of 37. It's going to be partly cloudy. We see it dropping down to 27 as our low, partly cloudy, continuing on throughout the night. Then for Friday, the 27th, a high of 56. There's that drastic change in weather in the 20s and 30s throughout the day. Throughout this week, and then up to 56. And then it's going to be sun and a few passing clouds. It drops down to 31 as our low, partly cloudy. That'll be coming up for Friday night. And then into Saturday over the weekend, we see partly cloudy skies during the morning hours, becoming a little bit more overcast in the afternoon. So those clouds will continue to kind of linger around. It drops down to 20 as our low, mostly cloudy coming through. That is for Saturday night for the weekend. Sunday, it is March 1st already. We are already at the tail end of February. I'm telling you, these months have gone by so fast. The year 2026 has gone by super fast already. And we're at the middle part, or past the middle part now of February, getting into March. But Sunday, March 1st, mostly cloudy. We are seeing snow showers around the afternoon. Accumulations are less than an inch. A high near 30 degrees is going to be in that forecast, dropping down to 19, continuing to snow. And it does say that it's supposed to be 1 to 3 inches of snow expected. That's for March 1st. So again, more wacky weather that we're having here. And then for Monday, March 2nd, that's a week from today, it's going to be a high of 31, cloudy with snow showers, snowfall around an inch, continuing on to Monday night with a low of 20 degrees. And then you get into Friday, the following Friday after that, and it gets to a high of 50, then 54, and then close into the 60s. So again, this wacky weather is going to mess with our sinuses for those of you like myself, but we're going to push through it as best as we can, right? Because that's all we can do. So that's the forecast for the Elgin area that we're seeing for the rest of this week and also into next week. Want to give you a little sneak peek on what we're going to be doing here. Of course, I'll be talking about what's happening locally in the Fox River Valley area. We also do have, of course, the WRMN 10 o'clock news segment. And then we also do have Out to Lunch. I'll be hosting, of course, Out to Lunch like I always do here on a lovely Monday. We'll have a conversation story. And I also do have an interview coming up at 12 o'clock. This is at 12 o'clock. So we'll have our normal conversation story, the National Day, all of that. Then we'll go in through to our interview. Now, Winfried Cooper's coming in. He's coming into the station to talk about an upcoming event. Now, this event is a health and healing event. So the City of Elgin Human Relations Commission is doing their second annual health and healing event. This is coming up in just 2 days. It's February 25th. Health and Healing is not only discussing the struggles and solutions with mental health, but a lot of Elgin organizations will be there. Now, this is an event that's also with the Kane County Democrats as well. So you can find them on their website at canedems.org. It's, again, their health and healing community event. And I'll post it up here on the screen, but later today we'll go in more detail with Winfried talking more about the event and what's expected. So this is, again, the health and healing event. About health and healing, a powerful 2-hour community event. It's designed to foster meaningful conversations about mental health and its impacts in our daily lives. So whether you're seeking support, if you want to learn more, or you are ready to share your story, this is the event for you. So it's coming up this Wednesday. It's at the center of Elgin at 100 Symphony Way. So it's just around the corner here from the station. And it's coming up. It's going to be from 6:30 until 8:30 p.m. And it's hosted by Elgin Human Relations Commission and Winfried Cooper as well. So it's a great way to talk about mental health. Now, I'm giving you a sneak peek. We'll go into more detail on it coming up during the 11 o'clock hour, or excuse me, the 12 o'clock hour, but you're going to be able to hear inspiring stories. You can be moved by personal testimonies from community members and their guest speakers sharing their journeys of resilience and also hope. Mental health is a big crisis that's going on. It's continuing to grow, unfortunately, but that's the reality of it. But you don't have to be alone when it comes to trying to fight this as best as you can. So these are some great ways to do so, including going to this event. It's coming up on the 25th. It's free to attend. They also do offer an interactive Q&A. So after the panel, participate in a small group of different workshops. They're going to be having ways to connect with people, learn strategies to navigate mental health challenges together. There's going to be engaging discussions covering awareness and critical topics, exploring issues like bullying, addiction, and resources that are available for support. A lot of local Elgin facilities will be there who you can talk to also. So that's where the meet and greet resource social comes. Connect with local organizations offering support, tools, and assistance for individuals and families. And again, this is an event. It's open to everyone in the community. It's a great way to break the stigma, raise awareness, and build a healthier, stronger community. So come together, talk, listen, and heal. That's coming up. And if you want to check out more information, you can view them on canedems.org. Under the events page, it's under Health Healing Community Event. It's Health and Healing. So feel free to check it out. And we'll talk about it with Winfried Cooper later today at the 12 o'clock hour on Out to Lunch. So stay tuned for that. The time is 15 past the hour. We'll take a quick time out. We'll be back with more here on the WRMN Community Hour. You're listening to us here on the local radio station. Stay tuned for more. We'll be back with more in just a little bit.
Are you suffering with anxiety, depression, PTSD, an eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem? If it's causing problems at work or with your family, get help now at Insight Mental Health and Wellness. We can help and treat all types of depression and mental issues. We'll help you use your insurance to get away from it all to a beautiful, sunny, and tranquil vacation-like environment so you can recharge yourself. And with a Family Medical Leave Act, you could take the time off you need from work. Plus, with the Affordable Care Act, your treatment could be 100% covered. If you're suffering from any kind of anxiety, depression, PTSD, eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem, use your insurance and get away from it all. Come to sunny California. Call Insight Mental Health and Wellness now. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. That's 800-419-0287.
Hi, I'm Jeff Walter, and I'm running for Congress in the 11th Congressional District. As the mayor of Elgin, I'm really required to deliver certain common things that are all based around common sense. I have to provide good water, good streets, police protection, and a lot of other core services. Congress has lost its way on that. So if you want some common sense brought back to Washington, vote Jeff Walter for Congress. You can check us out at www.jeffwalterforcongress.com. I'm Jeff Walter, and I approve this ad, paid for by Walter for Congress.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or trade something? Maybe clean out that attic or basement, or just make a little extra cash? Then don't miss Tradio on Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410. Weekdays at 12:30 p.m. Call in to let folks in the Fox River Valley know what you're looking for or what you've got to get rid of. It's easy, it's free, and it's a great way to connect with your community. Call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. If it's got to go, then let us know. Only on Tradio. Here on WRMN AM 1410.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, folks, to the local community hour here in Studio 14 on WRMN AM 1410, broadcasting live here from Studio 14. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today, being a part of the conversation with us. We hope you are enjoying your morning, as it is continuing on to be flurries that are flying around, and they're just kind of a dusting flurry that seems to be just kind of all over the place. You've got those flurries that kind of go around, and, you know, they're like just kind of flying everywhere. That's what we're seeing today. So that's what we've got. Got some people in the comments here. Hello, WRMN Radio. Looks like Brendan saw a helicopter today. This is a helicopter. I like that. Very cool. You got to tell me what color it was, because you can find some cool colored helicopters. Yes, the older you get, the days are long and the years are fast, says Todd. That is definitely for sure. I totally agree with that. And good morning to you, Todd. Thanks so much for tuning in. I've got an interesting story to tell you a little bit about here. This was posted by FoxValleyMagazine.com today, and it's a reshare of something that happened on, that Kane County Connect shared. And it's an interesting kind of a mystery story. So if you do love these mystery stories and trying to solve mysteries, right? I know we've been talking a little bit during the morning show about what people, their opinions on the Nancy Guthrie story, right? So, and to be honest, I have no idea. I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going on with that. That's a crazy story. But with that being said, this is an interesting one here. And this is titled The Headstone in the Courthouse Basement. This is a Kane County mystery. Now, there is a headstone here that is featured in a basement in a courthouse. Now, this is the headstone in the courthouse basement. This is, looks like it says, in memory of Willie C. Critch, I think. But let's read through the article and see what this article reads a little bit more into. So, away from public view in the basement of the historic 3rd Street courthouse in Geneva is an object that puzzled staff and historians alike for years. It's not a document, a painting, or an old piece of furniture. It's a headstone, and it rests on the floor with missing letters and an incomplete date. The stone inscription reads, Willie C. Crite, died October 1880, unknown. And it does look like it is either scratched out, or it could even just be that over time honestly, it doesn't even look like it's even there. It doesn't even look like it's even there. It just says 1880 something. And then it says age. I can't even read what that says. I don't know what they say there. I have to see. It says missing letters from the last name and the complete date of death. Oh yeah, so it does look like Willie C. Cry, but it's actually Willie C. Crichton. Died in 1884, but it's interesting that this particular headstone was not completed, it says. So, reading a little bit more history on this, here it says that so it was incomplete. They scoured the internet and reviewing archival records with the Geneva History Museum, they revealed that the headstone belongs to William C. Crichton, the firstborn child of John W. Crichton and Mary Cooper Crichton. Now, Willie died October 27th, 1884, just days after turning 5 years old. A headstone marking his grave exists in Glen Ellen, and there's a picture featured in this article about that. Willie C. Crichton with his headstone on there. I love looking at these headstone pictures. They're so cool. Where several members of the Crichton family are also buried. His father, John W. Crichton, was a farmer in Geneva Township. He was born in Dundee Township in 1854. He was the son of Scottish immigrants. They built a successful life in Chicago's milk business before later becoming the owner of a farm in King County. Mr. Crichton married Mary Cooper, who was born and raised in Glen Ellen, and together they would live and have 3 children. Now, while historians now know who the headstone belonged to, why is it in the courthouse basement? It's remained a mystery. Was it moved during a cemetery reorganization, temporarily stored and never reclaimed, or did someone at some point intentionally bring it to the courthouse for safekeeping? There's no records, at least none discovered so far, that explain how or when the stone made its journey from a child's grave to the basement of a government building. For now, the story of Willie C. Crichton is no longer lost. The mystery of how its headstone came to rest in the basement of the King County Courthouse, however, remains unsolved, which is an open chapter in King County's past. Now, if we kind of dissect it a little bit here, the fact that it does say, and it, truly to me, I don't know if you see this too, if you're watching on YouTube, I don't know if you can see it for yourself too. It does look like that the majority of his name was not actually even carved in. So I don't know why that is. Willie C. Cry, and then it doesn't say ton, unless it was scraped off for some reason. I don't know. But it does say October 27th, 1880, and then it's blank there. And then age, it says aged. I think it says aged, but then it doesn't say 5 on there. And then there's some other writing on the bottom there too, which I can't really read, but it's kind of interesting. I'm not sure. I mean, I think usually but this is back in the 1880s, and you can clearly tell it's an authentic 1880s headstone, but it does not look like it was fully even inscribed in there too. So I don't know if, back in the day you had to pay, however much money per letter inscribed. I don't know. And maybe the family couldn't afford to put the rest of the letters in. I don't know. I mean, they owned a farm, so I would think they would be able to. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting for sure. Or maybe it was scraped off for some reason. Something happened and, someone did something, maybe vandalized it in some way. And so the family decided to take the stone out and replace it with a different one. I imagine this might have originally come from this, but that's kind of interesting though too. I'm interested in how he died, in particular here. And that stone, that 1884, that stone Willie Crichton is definitely newer. That's not an 1880 stone there. It does not look like it. It's something newer. So it's kind of interesting. There's a little bit of mystery behind it too. A lot of young people my age tend to dissect a lot of things when it comes to these mysteries. They, can say, oh, there's a story behind this. There's a lot of dissection of things. The thing is we don't really know, but it's interesting to think about it, was there something odd about this story that happened where, maybe the child died in a certain way or, and they tried to hide it? I don't know. And then the stone, I don't really know, but it does not look like the full name was even inscribed. And it could be even too that, I don't know. It's interesting. I really don't know. It's fascinating that it's not even in full there too. I don't know. It's interesting why it wouldn't even be fully made. And it does say you can find the article posted on foxvalleymagazine.com. Now I'm kind of interested in doing a little bit of hunting in this. I don't know why that is. You could probably even look up on Google too, like missing letters in old gravestones. And you can even see kind of maybe what it is. Missing letters, particularly 19th century, often caused by the loss of inlaid lettering, which was affixed with pins and fell out. Okay, so it maybe was something where the lettering had fallen out, possibly. It could also be deterioration or by environmental weathering of softer stones like limestone. Other causes include theft, vandalism, or uneven erosion of the inscription. So that could be it too. And they might have taken it down because that particularly happened. And they were just like, well, what are we going to do with this stone? Maybe if we take it to this particular courthouse, I don't know. You could even do history on the courthouse. I don't know. But there's definitely something unique about this. They definitely wanted to, I think, replace it, at least at the bare minimum there. But that's kind of interesting. If you want to check out some history on it, do a little digging for yourself. The history is always interesting, but it always seems to happen that whenever answers are made, there's more questions that are asked too. So kind of interesting. We talked about the mystery this morning here, Nancy Guthrie situation. I know we mentioned a little bit about the Jomini Ransby case too during the morning show. So kind of a mysterious Monday today, I guess you could say. But that's an interesting article if you want to read it for yourself. I think I'm going to maybe dive in a little bit more into this too, not on the show here, but just my own personal time. Kind of curious to see why that is. And who knows, maybe there's a picture out there. Maybe we can use AI and see if there's a picture out there that someone took of this back in the day. I don't know. Probably not, but you never know. Could be. Possibly. Maybe I have to go on Ancestry and see if there's anything out there. Lots of interesting things in the world, folks. Definitely cool to research some of it too. The time is approaching 30 past the hour, going into our bottom of the hour news and messages from our sponsors. When we come back, we will continue on discussing more about what's happening locally in the Fox River Valley area. You still also have time to visit the Gail Borden Public Library, celebrating 250 years, including milk wagons, butter carvings, and future dreams. We'll continue on to talk more about what's happening locally in the Fox River Valley area with more here on the Community Hour WRMN. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more in just a bit.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by Rain-X. Illinois regulators have approved a plan to expand renewable energy over the next 2 years. The proposal encourages investment in solar, wind, and hydropower projects. Officials warn the state could face an energy shortage within 4 years without additional generation capacity. Governor J.B. Pritzker says President Donald Trump owes American families about $2,000 per household over tariffs he calls illegal. His comments follow a U.S. Supreme Court ruling that only Congress can impose taxes and duties. A push is underway for a statewide ban on cell phone use in Illinois classrooms. Governor J.B. Pritzker is urging legislation that would require all school districts and charter schools to limit wireless devices during the school day. The proposal is now assigned to a House committee. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
If you have been charged with driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs in Cook County, DuPage County, or Lake County, Illinois, call the law office of Mark Sheblow at 773-775-5050. That's 773-775-5050. Attorney Mark Sheblow has over 29 years of law experience handling DUI defense, traffic violations, CDL violations, and Secretary of State driver's license reinstatement hearings. All aspects of your case will be examined in order to find evidence that may help your case, especially the statutory summary suspension of your driving privileges. If your breath alcohol concentration level at the time of the DUI arrest is 0.08 or more, then the summary suspension of your driver's license begins 46 days after the arrest. Time is a crucial factor in challenging the summary suspension of your driver's license. Our law office is located at 5945 North Elston Avenue in Chicago. That's 5945 North Elston Avenue in Chicago. And again, our office phone number is 773-775-5050.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Today, a chance of snow showers before 3, becoming partly sunny with a high near 28. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 16. Looking ahead to Tuesday, a slight chance of rain and snow afternoon, mostly cloudy with a high near 41. Currently, it's 20 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The Colonel made his $10 Tuesday bucket so full with 8 pieces of juicy, crispy chicken or tenders that it might just last you till Wednesday, if you've got that kind of self-control. I mean, some people want leftovers. Others are more into right nowers. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. $10, 8 pieces, one big deal with KFC $10 Tuesdays.
Prices and participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
And welcome back, folks, to the local community hour here on WRMN. It's approaching 35 past the hour. Got some interesting, I've got a nice article I want to read to you, and it's actually about a woman that I interviewed. I think it was back in 2024 that I interviewed her. I think it was around the summertime. And she is an Elgin native, and she's also a Broadway star, too. Her name is Courtney Reed. I don't know if you remember me interviewing her. You can find the interview on our YouTube channel. If you go to youtube.com, it should be there. I do believe it is still there. But this was back like in 2024. I interviewed her when she was playing Jasmine in Aladdin. So if you go there, you can find it. But she is going to be inducted into the Fox Valley Fox Valley Arts Hall of Fame coming up March 27th. So this is pretty exciting news for her as an Elgin native too. So if you're watching on YouTube, this is her picture here. She's Elgin native Courtney Reed. She played the role of Jasmine in the Broadway musical Aladdin. Again, she's going to be inducted into the Fox Valley Hall of Fame in 2026. So Elgin native Courtney Reed, this is from Shaw Local News Network here. Courtney Reed fell in love with theater at 6 years old when she appeared as a mouse in Children's Theater of Elgin's production of Cinderella. That beginning led to Reed's career on Broadway and a starring role as the original Princess Jasmine in the Disney musical Aladdin back in 2014. Now today she has an acclaimed musical theater performer. She is an acclaimed musical theater performer, and she'll be one of the youngest inductees into the Fox Valley Arts Hall of Fame on Friday, March 27th at Eagle Brook Country Club in Geneva. And she even did say in a news release from the Fox Valley Arts Hall of Fame, she said, quote, "Honestly, I could talk for hours about how the Children's Theater of Elgin has enhanced my life and contributed to where I am today." Reed continued to pursue theater in high school at Elgin's Larkin High School Visual and Performing Arts Academy with a focus on drama. She graduated in 2002 and went on to earn a degree in musical theater at the Chicago College of Performing Arts. Now, Reed did receive a Grammy nomination as the original Princess Jasmine in Disney's smash Broadway hit Aladdin. She later went on to reprise the role in the North American tour and once again in London's West End production as part of its closing cast. Reed returned to Broadway production for a limited engagement and took her final bow as Princess Jasmine on October 27th, 2019. Reed said in the news release saying, quote, "She's the best Disney princess of all time. She's extra special because for me, someone of mixed ethnicity, you grow up and Disney princesses all have blonde hair and blue eyes, and you wish you looked like them, but you don't." Reed is an original co-founder and co-producer of the globally touring Disney Princess the Concert. She just completed a Japanese tour of the production back in January of this year and will be part of the U.S. tour in April with other Broadway performers. So how cool is that? Reed also starred over the years. Excuse me, I lost my place here. Reed also starred over the years as Satine. That's from Moulin Rouge. I can't pronounce the name right, but she was that character in first national tour productions of Moulin Rouge. She also starred in Lauren Yee's award-winning play Cambodian Rock Band, gave her first solo concert, Confessions of a Broadway Princess. So that's pretty cool. Reed also appeared in Drake Doremus's feature film Endings Beginnings, which starred Shailene Woodley back in 2019. Now, over the past several years, she has appeared on several television shows, including Liza on Demand, Search Party, The Affair, Law & Order, SVU, White Collar, NYC 22, and CSI New York. Reed is also the founder of her all-female run company, Gagged Chokers. The Fox Valley Arts Hall of Fame recognizes artists associated with the Fox Valley by birth, education, residence, or service who have achieved international or national acclaim. Candidates should have completed 20 years of their professional field and receive recognition for excellence. The honor is for living artists or can be awarded posthumously. Now, tickets are $75, and a portion of the proceeds will be used to promote the arts of the Fox Valley with a free event for kids and also the community. Now, for more information, you can email them to at info@fvahf.org. You can also visit their Facebook and Instagram pages too. So that is pretty cool if you do want to check it out. And congratulations, of course, to Courtney for that. That's fantastic. A big congratulations. So if you want to read a little bit more on this article, you can find it. It's on Shaw Local. It's The Scene. You can view it for yourself. It was posted yesterday, but congratulations to her. And that would be cool to get her back on the air here again to talk about this. This is a big achievement. So that is great. Let's see some other things going on here, too. Of course, Elgin is celebrating 250 years. You know it. This is still continuing on at the Gail Borden Public Library. The beautiful and fantastic display that's there, showcasing the rich history of Elgin and so many of the great things that make Elgin a staple in the community as what it is, a foundation, and how Elgin has grown and continued to grow, too. You can find this article on foxvalleymagazine.com. This is a nod to our roots here, folks. Given that the Gail Borden Public Library is named after a titan of the dairy industry, library officials were thrilled when Liz Martson of the Elgin History Museum offered to loan the vintage Elgin Sanitary Milk Company wagon. This marks the first time in that the wagon has been on display within the city. It's the first time. Moving the historical vehicle, of course, was a little bit of a challenge. You had to have a lot of people doing it, of course, because it's so heavy. You also want to make sure that it's still all in place, that you're not ruining anything. You're keeping it as original as possible. But the library officials said that they extend their gratitude to Kempton Township and Artie's Towing for the delicate handling of this local treasure. So, of course, that includes cultural icons in the area. There is, of course, history on that. The exhibit is featuring over 250 years of the area. The Elgin Public Museum has contributed a replica roach, a traditional headdress worn by Native American men, including the Potawatomi people who originally inhabited the region. The exhibit will host is hosting now several other loaned items from both the Elgin History Museum and the Elgin Public Museum. What's also great, too, is it's a great way to engage the next generation, right? The festivities aren't just about looking back. It's also about looking forward, too. So they have a youth art contest, sustainability sculpture, which Side Street Studio Arts is leading a project at the McLean Avenue YMCA to create a sculpture from found items. There's time capsules. Families will have the opportunity to participate in creating time capsules to be opened by future generations. So this is a really cool event to go to. And CEO of Elgin Area Chamber of Commerce, Carol Gieske, said, quote, "We are delighted to see everyone working together to highlight 250 years of Elgin. We encourage everyone to get involved." So check it out at elginil250.com for more info. They've got their own website there, specially made for this, to join in the birth and celebration of our people and our stories as America marks 250 years this year. So check it out. You can even host your own Elgin 250 event. Your vision of what makes Elgin unique. Their celebration ideas page is packed with inspiration and resources. So if you want to get some of those ideas and resources, I recommend visiting. Again, that's elginil250.com. They have their own website. It tells you a little bit of history and heritage. Of course, visiting the Elgin History Museum. There's also the Hispanic Heritage Project, too. There's a documentary on that. There's also the Watts City Tribute, Gail Borden Deep Dive, self-guided walking tours, and so much more. They even have a podcast called The 1862 Journey that you can listen to about the 110 formerly enslaved people who traveled 570 miles in boxcars from Mississippi to Elgin, forever shaping the city's story, which is really fascinating to listen to. There's also finds on nature and the Fox River. There is even an old picture of the Trout Park, the amusement park, which is cool to see, even known as the Cedar Swamp, which is pretty cool. They've got an old picture there. You can find that on their website. They've got DIY postcards, mural tours, Elgin Symphony Orchestra history, just so many cool things to celebrate and recognize. They've got food and drinks. Some of the history of the food and drinks that were featured in Elgin. Elgin Burns Malt refers to the famous rich milkshake from the historic Burns Pharmacy in Elgin. Also, of course, it's served now at El's Cafe and Creamery. So it carries on that original recipe. So if you've noticed that before, if you've been to the El's Cafe and you notice a unique taste when it comes to their shakes and malts, that's because it's all an original recipe that's been passed down for generations, which is so, so cool to keep that legacy strong and leading on into the future, and hopefully being passed down when those who are doing it now are gone. So there's a lot to explore on ElginIL250.com. You can even submit a heritage recipe. So if you have a specific recipe or tradition that your family has done, you can submit it, especially if it's related to Elgin. You can find that too. There's a student art contest. They believe the best way to celebrate their past is by empowering our future. They invite students across the city to participate in their art contest. So that's pretty cool. So they invite you to share your family's ethnic traditions, cherished recipes. That's at ElginIL250.com, which is pretty cool. I wonder if there's a way to submit Elgin pictures too, because my mom's side of the family, they lived in Elgin on my grandma's side since the 1860s, and I know I've got some pictures there too that do feature the house that they lived in, which is still in existence. It's on Chester Avenue. Right near the American Legion, which used to be Gromer's, which is where my great-grandma worked. She walked from her home on Chester Avenue to Gromer's to work when it was maybe like in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So that's cool too. So there's that Elgin history there as well. So there's a lot to do. There's a lot to unpack with all this. So I encourage you, check it out. That's ElginIL250.com. if you want to explore their fantastic website and be a part of the history and the story with them. It's really cool to be a part of it. Stay tuned for more here. We'll be back with more on WRMN's Local Community Hour. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The Supplemental Security Income Program provides monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low, and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability, or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-785-1673. 800-785-1673. 800-785-1673. That's 800-785-1673.
And welcome back, folks, to the local community hour here on WRMN. We hope that you're enjoying this lovely morning. It's starting to become a little bit more sunnier outside, so that definitely is good. When you've got that sunshine beaming through, you're looking outside at the window, and you're seeing the blue skies. I would say most people like that. I would hope so, at least. I would hope so. Even though it's chillier outside, we got some sunny skies outside today, so can't complain too much about that, of course. Now let's go through what's going on here in the local Fox River Valley area. We've got some fun things that are coming up, some events. I wanted to go through some of these. Now, even though it's past Valentine's Day, it's still the Valentine season, and there is a musical Valentine event that's coming up here. It's the Chamber Music on the Fox Heartstrings. This is going to be located tonight. This is coming up tonight at 7 o'clock, and this is going to be at the First Congregational Church of West Dundee. And this is guest curated by violinist Eleanor Barsh. This is an intimate concert, the perfect way to celebrate your Valentine, with a string quartet program centered around love, romance, and the deep emotions evoked by beloved string music. Heartstrings is an opportunity to connect through the power of music and create lasting memories with your loved ones. So whether you're familiar with chamber music or discovering it for the first time, this is a really great event, promising a thoughtful, heartwarming experience for all people. This is, again, called Heartstrings. A great way to honor those that you love, too. Tickets are $25 for members, or just for anyone, and then $15 for students with a valid ID. You can check the event organizer's social media for all those updates, but it's called Chamber Music on the Fox. And this is, again, going to be coming up tonight at 7 o'clock. It's at the First Congregational Church of West Dundee at 900 South 8th Street. That's in West Dundee. So check it out with violinist Eleanor Barsh. Again, an intimate concert, a perfect way to celebrate your Valentine. Check it out coming up tonight at 7 o'clock. You can also view some other things coming up. Monday Bingo at the Dutch Inn West. It is a Happy Bingo Monday. You could win in-house cash with the jackpot. Lots of fun prizes and food drink specials will be available. That's on Foothill Road in Elgin. There's also Bingo Mondays at the Assembly. It's a progressive jackpot prize of up to $10,000, and it's hosted by Atomic Bingo. They've got some fun specials that are going on that night, too, to get you into the mood when it comes to playing bingo. That's tonight at 6 o'clock. That's at the Assembly American Bar and Cafe. That's located at 901 West Main Street. That's in West Dundee. Tomorrow on Tuesday, there's a couple different things. Taco and Trivia Tuesdays will be at the Assembly, so you can get some fun tacos. It's a Tuesday alert, $9.99 per person for all-you-can-eat beef taco bar. Now, you can't really go wrong with having an all-you-can-eat beef taco bar for $9.99 per person. That's a good deal, considering how much food can be quite pricey nowadays. Definitely come hungry to this event. And it's free to play, too. You can win some fun prizes. That's on Tuesday. That's from 5:30 until 9 p.m. Is when that'll be. Atlas Chicken in Bartlett has a Swiftie music bingo for all the Swiftie fans out there. So that should be pretty fun. They usually do have different themes. This one will be a Taylor Swift theme coming up on the 24th. Bingo Tuesdays will also be available at Bannerman Sports Bar. That's located in Bartlett, so that'll be coming up. There's also some other events, too. Join them at the Hemmons Cultural Center. This is celebrating Black History Month. It's a free film screening of Hidden Figures. And this is a free movie screening at the Hemmons. It'll be coming up tomorrow. That'll be at 7 o'clock. So what it is it features the incredible untold story of Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson. They're brilliant African-American mathematicians at NASA during the 1960s who serve as the brains behind the orbital launch of astronaut John Glenn. So if you want to watch that movie, it's coming up tomorrow for a free screening. You can find it at the Hemmons Cultural Center. It's free and open to the public, and that'll be on February 24th, tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Quite a few other places locally in the Elgin area do feature bingo and fun trivia events. So there's something called Blingo on Taco Tuesdays. That's at Bamboozles. You can join in on that. That's coming up at 7 o'clock. It's called Blingo Bingo at Bamboozles. There's also Extreme Bar Bingo at Old Republic Kitchen and Bar. We've talked about that many times. You can find that. You can join Old Republic every Tuesday for Extreme Bar Bingo. You can come out for a chance to win jackpots, TVs, gift cards, Blackstones, and more. It's free to play. 8 p.m. every Tuesday with TJ. Extreme Bar Bingo is a great way to socialize and meet new friends at your favorite bar. So it's a cash jackpot of up to $15,000, which is really cool. So lots of great events that are coming up, and you can find that at exploreelginarea.com. And then, of course, you can also find some other cool, good things that are coming up. There is coming up on Wednesday at the Dundee Crown High School, there is going to be a workshop. This was a post recently made by District 300. The first D300 Together for Tomorrow workshop showed just how valuable it is when the community comes together to talk about our schools. Thank you to everyone who took the time to participate. Now, there is a workshop that's coming up. They had the first workshop recently, but workshop 2 of 4 is coming up on Wednesday, February 25th. You can learn more about the facility challenges, and it's going to be at the Dundee Crown High School. Childcare is provided for those ages 3 and older. Now, the workshop number 2, again, is focusing on shifts to District 300 facilities and the role school buildings play in student learning and experience. The session will dig into how their spaces support instruction today and what needs to change to prepare students for the future. And you can put your input into this event. So your input matters, and there's still plenty of room at the table too. So you can visit them at d300.org/together for tomorrow. These are some great community workshops. They just had their last one January 29th. That was at Jacobs High School. The second one's coming up in a couple days at Dundee Crown High School. Then they have a third one that's coming up March 19th at 6 p.m. That's at the Hampshire High School. And then the final one will be May 4th. May the 4th be with you. That'll be at Hampshire Middle School at 6 p.m. So if you want to go to these workshops, if you want to recommend these workshops to anyone, check it out. That's at d300.org. That's their website to go to. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in today to the Local Community Hour on WRMN. When we come back, we'll go into our WRMN 10 o'clock news segment, talking more about what's going on here locally in Elgin and around the surrounding area, and maybe even what's happening in the world, too. We also do have, of course, Out to Lunch. I'll be on from 11 to 1. We've got our special interview with Winfried Cooper. That's a Heal Elgin event coming up very soon on the 25th. So he's going to be talking with us about that and how there's still time to participate and it's free to attend. And then, of course, we'll also discuss more about our local community and what's happening. We also do have our Tradio segment at 12:30, followed by more local programming here on WRMN. Stay tuned and have a wonderful rest of your day.